All right, let's get started with Unit 7. Now, when you see the word on the screen, I want you to please fingerspell the word, and then I'll show you the sign. So let's get started with our first sign, which is the sign for minute. So go ahead and fingerspell minute. All right, now there are two signs for the sign for minute. There's minute, or we have the sign for minute. So go ahead and sign those with me now. Minute or minute. All right, our next sign is hour. Hour. So go ahead and fingerspell that. All right, there are two signs for hour as well. There's hour or the sign for hour. Go ahead and sign it with me. Hour or hour. They're really up to you, whichever one you like better. All right, our next sign is week, as in days of the week. There is the sign for week, as in going across the calendar. Week. All right, our next sign is month. Month, I want you to think about what the calendar looks like. This is the sign for month, as in going down the calendar week by week. This is the sign for month. All right, our next sign is year. I want you to think about the earth revolving around the sun. Here's the sign for year. Year, just like the earth's revolving around the sun. Year. All right, so the sign for a few, as in a few of something, starts with an A hand and it goes into a 4, so it's a few. A few. All right, the next sign is some, as in I have some candy. All right, the sign is some. Some. All right, the next one is several. 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 It's just a little bit bigger of a movement than a few, but it's the same motion. All right, and the next one is many, as in there are many people, and it's many. Many. All right, now the sign for apple. Go ahead and fingerspell apple. Apple's done with an X hand by your mouth, and you turn it. So this is the sign for apple. All right, orange. This can be used for the fruit or the color. The sign is orange. Orange. The next sign is peach. Peach. You want to think about like peach fuzz on your face, and it's peach. Peach. All right, and our last fruit is grapes. Grapes. All right, here's the sign for grapes, kind of like grapes on a vine. Grapes. The next sign is skirt. Skirt. All right, here's the sign for skirt. This really depends on how long the skirt is. Skirt. All right, next sign, pants. Pants. There are two signs for the sign for pants. There's pants and pants. It's really up to you, makes really no difference. All right, shirt or blouse. Shirt or blouse. You're just going to grab your shirt and pull. Shirt. All right, now shoes. The sign for shoes. Very easy. Two S hands, and you're going to just put them together, like Dorothy clicking her heels together. All right, next sign is socks. Socks. Two number 1 hands facing down, going in and out. Socks. All right, now tie. This is for a long tie. This has nothing to do with any other kind of tie. It's tie. Tie. Now, if you were talking about a bow tie, the sign would be a little bit different. Bow tie. This is also the sign for groom. Bow tie. All right, now the sign for belt. It's belt. 2 U hands, bringing to the center. Belt. All right, next sign, umbrella. Umbrella makes sense. It just looks like you're opening up an umbrella. 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 All right, now plate. The sign for plate. Make sure you're fingerspelling these words. Plate. Plate. Now this depends on the size. Right now we're just talking about a small plate, but if you wanted a bigger plate, you would make it bigger. All right, glass. This is like a glass of water, not glass window or anything like that. It's glass. Glass. All right, now the sign for bowl. Same as plate, it depends on the size. So if you're talking about a regular size bowl, it's bowl. If you wanted it bigger, you need to sign it a little bit bigger. All right, the sign for cup, really the same sign for glass, just it's a little bit more of a tap. So cup, cup. All right, now fork. The sign for fork is a V hand, and you just poke at the palm of your other hand. All right, spoon, the sign for spoon. 2 U hands comes up to your mouth, so spoon. All right, knife, knife. 2 U hands, and it's acting like you're cutting the end of your finger. Knife. All right, next one, how many? Like, guess how many are in the jar? Is how many? How many? Pay attention to the facial expression. Otherwise, you're not really saying how many. So, all right, the sign for gone. Gone. Your dominant hand does the movement, so gone. Your dominant hand's the one that's moving down. Gone. All right, the sign for kitchen. Kitchen. There's 2 signs for kitchen. There is kitchen, just wiggling a K hand back and forth, or a K hand using the sign for cook. So kitchen or kitchen. All right, the sign for table or desk, we know this already. It is table. Make sure you're signing this with me. Table. All right, the sign for newspaper. Newspaper. It's also the sign for print, and it's a 20 hand, and it's on the palm of your hand. So it's print, like the word's being printed. All right, the next word is letter or mail. It's just like you're putting the stamp on the corner of an envelope. So mail. All right, candy. The sign for candy is similar to the sign for apple. Not quite the same though. It's the number 1 hand, and it points at your dimple like you have a cavity. All right, the sign for touch. We'll talk about this in class. You just want to be careful with this sign. Do it exactly as I do it. Touch. Touch. Be careful with this sign, like I said. All right, the sign for better. The sign for better or best is better. Better. All right, the sign for hide. We're going to hide. It's an A hand, and it goes underneath your hand. So hide. All right, leave it there. Leave it there. This is a great one for dogs. If you tell them to leave it, it's leave it, or I left it there. Leave it. All right, the sign for think. Think. You just point to your head like something just popped into your head. So think. Think. All right, the sign for plus or positive. So a positive attitude or plus or minus. So it's plus. Plus. All right, the sign for seams. The sign for seams is like a princess wave. So you're going to bend your hand and it moves back and forth like this. So seams. Seams. All right, the sign for wash. This is just general sign for washing something. Is 2 A hands, and it's wash. Wash. All right, now specifically to wash clothes. In a washing machine is wash clothes, because that's what a washing machine looks like when you open it up. Washing machine, or wash clothes. All right, now wash dishes. Everyone's favorite chore. Wash dishes is a flat hand, and you look like you're washing a plate. Wash dish. All right, now to wash your face. If you notice, we have similar hand shapes here. Again, it's A hands, and it's just on your face, so wash. Wash face. The next one is a sign for shave. Now, this depends on where you're shaving. So if you're going to shave your legs or your armpits or your face, it depends. You just put it over wherever you're shaving. So I'm shaving my face. And our last sign is since. Since. This can be used for a lot of things, so remember this one. It starts at your shoulder. Since. Since. All right, so that is the end of Unit 7. Make sure you're practicing every single day. And if you need to watch this video multiple times, go ahead and do so. All right, I'll see you soon.